Hey guys, this is Blaine with sfbtraders.com, and I'm looking at stocks and watch for the week of July 4th. I'm actually on vacation this week, so I won't be in the trading room making alerts, but I just wanted to post some charts for you guys. So the first one up here I have is Halo. Nice move on Friday. Alerted this fairly early in the trading room. Hopefully, I saw a couple of you guys trade this thing on the way up there, and then later on is a setup again back through the 8 mark, I believe, um, or even this 750 area back through towards 8. So anyway, now I need to get through 8 again, 810 and 820. If all three of those levels can be broken, this is a fairly nice little triangle that should break out again to the upside. It might even gap up and then run first thing in the morning for a quick scalp out of it. Just keep Halo on your watch list this week. It should be in play. Let's see, TEAR. Let's look at the daily chart. 6 months out here, we got a little bit of resistance on 11. If we can get back through 11, looks like this will probably go higher. MACK, looking at the daily chart, mentioned this a little bit ago, a couple weeks ago, through the 6th area, was going to pop it. Sure enough, it popped towards 650 and then pulled back again, back towards this breakout area, and then bounced all the way through. So now it's looking to break out if we can get through that high from Friday. I think this probably continues higher towards 7 at least. If you scroll back 1 year, you'll notice this thing definitely has upside room towards 750, and then even last fall it ran quite heavily. So it has definitely has the capability to run, so keep your eye on Mac. Looking at PRKR, Parker Vision, very decent. Well, yeah, it's pretty good. I like this. This is a nice ascending triangle still. It's been making higher lows on the daily chart, and if it can break out through that 470 area, take out that high from Friday, which was right on 471. So that 470 area is going to be key. And if it can break through that mark, then this thing should probably go higher towards 5 at least. SNTA, this 5 area, very interesting level considering these highs from the gap down back in June. Right there, the high was 514, then 506, and then 503. So that 514 is going to be very important to break, and the high from Friday was 510. So I'll draw the line right here, and as you can see, if we get a breakout above that level, then we should be good to go to work on this gap fill towards 7. I don't expect it to happen all in one day, but definitely keep your eye on SNTA this week for that, for a potential upward move there. ENZN, my chart is not adjusted for the split, but if it can get through 2 from Friday, we'll scroll in here. There we go. You can see a little better. So if we can get through that 2 mark after the breakout on Friday, get through 2, it should continue higher. CSUN, former runner, and if we can get through that 220 mark, which was the high from earlier in June, and then kind of it turned into a little bit of SR level there back in May. So 220 that will be key. If it can break through that 220 mark, then it should be ready to pop again. MCP, I'm looking at the 10-day, 15-minute chart here. It finally looks like it formed a bottom and then reversed up and then gapped up on Friday and then set up for a quick pop at the end of the day. But I got stuck again at 620. So watch for the follow through play over 620 on MCP this week. PPC, definitely known to run a couple bucks. Watch through 15 for continuation out of this thing. If we even scroll back 1 year, you can definitely tell. Well, the chart's not there for me. Okay, well, we got an uptrend. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm on vacation. Anyway, look through that follow through 15, guys. And if we can get through 15, it should keep on going. END. This is one of Charlie's favorites. If it can get through 4, finally try to get through this 4 mark. If it can actually break it, it should be ready to run right back towards 5 to fill this gap. Looking at the 1-year chart on GGS here, if it can break through that 480 mark, this looks good for another run higher. It's definitely, I would consider this a former runner, so should be one of your top watches. If it can break through this mark, then watch it pop quickly to 5 or 550. CUR, I've been covering this for a while in the trading room. I still like this for an upside breakout to take it towards 180 in the near future, or even 2. I definitely just think this thing gets a run. If we scroll out to the 1-year chart, back in September of last year, it ran hard all the way towards that 2 mark. So, and these are pretty strong resistance levels now, that if it can actually break out above these levels, those highs near, that's like 155-ish right there. So if it can break through that 155, 160 mark, I think this thing is going to be ready for a pretty good run out of it. CLNT looks like we've been kind of basing down here at the bottom. Definitely has support at 450 now. And one of these days, there's some weird trading activity, like three days in a row there on this thing. It just popped. It popped all of a sudden, then faded back, and then popped, and then faded back, and then popped, and then finally it held that pop. So now if it can actually break through that 550 mark, this thing's probably due for a run. DRRX looks like it's going to be another gap play here if it can get through the high again and 110. So that 110 area is key. If they can break through that 110 mark, then we should be ready to push back towards 120, 125 level, and maybe even higher towards 140-ish as a swing trade. But day trading wise, if this can actually break out on volume, it should be ready to pop again. I mentioned MCP earlier. Well, keep your eye on REE as well. Another rare earth play. And if it can break 2, then probably keeps going with MCP if they both, if the rare earth sector kind of stays hot there. RE should go over 2 as well. GTN, this is a nice bullish chart. I think we've played this in the past. If we can come out of this range, might be ready for another pop. I'll zoom in there real quick. 2-month view. There you go. So if we can break through that 730 area, looks like at least has room for 750. If that can break, then it'll make new highs. So just ride that trend if it breaks out. RVLT, man, this thing's so close to another breakout. Right on this 4 mark yet again. If it can break through that Friday's high, then expect it to push higher and test these highs previously. I like this chart for still continuation in a bull run, meaning that as long as this trend holds, we'll continue to hold higher lows on the daily chart, then we probably still get more breakouts out of this thing to play in the future. So RVLT should still be on your watch list. ALIM, this thing is definitely known to have been to run well in the past. Needs to break that 5 range though again, and if it does, it'll probably pop straight to 550 for 10%, kind of like what KIOR did for us this past week. I tweeted about it and covered it in the trading room, so there was plenty of opportunities to make money off of that. So ALIM, kind of the same idea. It's not a bottom chart like KIOR was, but just knowing that it has the potential to be a runner based on its history, you got to watch that 5 spot there. But speaking of KIOR, this one, so there's that breakout over 5 we talked about on Thursday. We made bank off this thing with my buy alerts in the trading room. Anyway, look for a relatively weak open, and then see if it can push through 580, and then the high of 594 towards 6. If it does that, We might be ready to speed up again towards 620, 640, which will be your next real level there as resistance, about that 640 mark. And ACAD is kind of in a critical spot right now. It needs to hold up through this 18 level. If that 18 cracks and the low of day there, which was on Friday 1781, the low there was 1788. The high there was 1784. So they're at that 1780 mark too. If that 1780 fails, then ACAD probably heads lower back towards 17 or 16 as a potential short opportunity. Or if it breaks out through those highs, which was 1873, 1856, needs to break through those things. You can almost draw a little downtrend there. Kind of see that sellers are willing to sell lower. So it must come off of this downtrend for the buying pressure to pick back up. Otherwise, if that support level cracks, sellers will continue to push it back down. Just keep that in mind with ACAD. Anyway, there's a bunch of stocks for you guys to watch this week. I'm sure you'll find some more on your scans as well. But anyway, have a happy 4th of July. The market is closed on Thursday and only open half day on Wednesday. So Monday and Tuesday will be your best bets to make some money in this market. Yeah, I'm on vacation, so this will be my only video this week, and I'll be back into the trading room for you guys next week. Hopefully you make some money. Email me any questions. I will probably be checking my email on occasion, but don't expect it to be responded to right away. All right, guys, we'll catch you later.